This is a story perhaps relatable to some, perhaps also serving as a PSA to others, but we go to the great state of Arizona. I don't know if you've ever been to Arizona before.
Yeah, the Sunshine State.
That's right. The Show Me State.
That's definitely it. I've been lovely time in the winter.
A lot of cacti.
Cacti.
Oh, you're a big desert guy, we learned.
Yeah.
You'd survive in the desert.
Yeah, eating roadrunners.
Oh, right.
Drinking out of cacti.
I like don't roadrunners also eat snakes, I think. Roadrunners, I think they'll get a snake.
I think you're thinking of a mongoose.
Mongoose for sure does.
Mongai?
Mongeese. No, yeah, they're out there.
It's definitely mongoose. That's definitely
just gobbling up snakes.
Yeah.
All right, let's find out what happened to this person.
I have the craziest story.
Oh, good lead, good start.
That's how you hook people.
Like, all right, I've heard a lot of stories.
You don't say, this one's it's not my best.
This one's okay.
Yeah, no, this isn't really that interesting, but I'm going to tell it anyway.
I have the craziest story.
Great.
So hopefully everybody's sitting down and ready for this.
This Arizona resident can breathe easier after removing a Lego piece from their nose.
Craziest story I've ever heard. You're never going to find a story this crazy, Jones. This guy, Arizona resident, had a Lego piece up his nose. He can now breathe easy.
I did.
More than 11.
I did, no pun intended, I did gasp for a second when she said Lego piece lodged.
Could be anywhere.
I said,
a million to one, Doc.
I said, where are we talking? Go on.
You stuck the entire Millennium Falcon up there? How did you do that?
But nose?
Nose.
All right, let's give it a chance. Let's give it a chance.
Up the nose.
Yeah.
How did it get there?
Yeah.
I ask that every day.
How did it get there? Andi Norton shared the story on social media.
Back in the 1990s.
1990s.
I was just going to
ask. So we're
ask.
back to the 1990s. That's a long time ago.
I've not seen this video. Oh,
no.
Super long. I've not seen this video. How old is this gentleman, if you had to estimate?
Our age, maybe 40.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's younger than it sounded there. Okay.
You think, Nick, you saw this too.
I would guess like
50?
early 30s.
30. Oh, maybe younger.
30s.
Yeah, 30s.
Wow.
Well, he's going to tell a story about how in the 90s he was just like a young gun. He was like a little whippersnapper.
I see. Okay.
Playing with Legos, jamming them up his nose, that kind of thing.
Great.
You know, like what kids do.
Kid stuff.
I was maybe 6 or so.
Oh yes, it was the 90s, and Andi loved Legos.
She's got kind of a really nice voice. I don't know about you guys.
Goes underneath it, really, or the xylophone.
Yeah, let me hear it again. Let me hear that again.
The xylophone, but also.
Oh yes, it was the 90s, and Andi loved Legos.
Just isolate that. Oh yes.
You're distracted by the music.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that does it.
That is pretty good. I like that quite a bit.
It was the 90s, and Andi loved Legos.
I was a kid playing with my Legos, as most children in the 90s did, and I had the greatest idea to take one of those little dot Legos and...
So you know what I'm talking about? The one piece. It's one piece and it's kind of flat. And if you had like a little board, you could put it on there. It could stick on like the Lego head if you wanted to. Like it's like a little.
The one piece.
One piece.
Not a 2-piece, 4-piece, 6 or 8 piece.
It's a one piece, and they can be both square or circle.
Oh, was it circular? It might be.
Some could be circular.
That's true. They could be circular. That's true.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't know. I just thought maybe I could just stick it in my nose.
Yep. Look, who among us?
I mean, right? Yeah. Sitting around, you have open up a bag of Sour Patch Kids, and you think,
I don't know. I just thought maybe I could just stick it in my nose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The hole a certain size. Let's see. See what fits in there. I don't know.
I don't know. I just thought maybe I could just stick it in my nose.
Andi panicked and had a not-so-brilliant idea of how to remove the Lego dot from their nose.
How do you remove a Lego dot? If you have a Lego dot jammed up your nose,
do not tell me.
How do you remove it?
Don't tell me he snorted it deep and tried to like hawk a loogie out. Do not tell me that's what happened.
Didn't go that route.
Okay, good.
I'll tell you that safely. Did not go that.
He Suck it right up to your brain.
He went. Speaking of brain, he went a real big brain play here for this decision.
I was going to stick the Lego man up my nose.
More Legos. How do you get a It's like Charlie and Always Sunny. How do you get the cat out of the wall? More cats.
More cats.
We're going to need to send more cats in there.
Yeah.
So he went more Legos.
Kittens. Yeah.
Your cat's making so much noise. So yeah, more Legos. So you got one Lego piece up there.
That makes sense. The Lego man's got like the hand,
or maybe you should open like click on the head. You go click.
Oh right,
pull it right out.
Just kind of piece them together.
It's not the worst idea in the world.
No, it might be kind of
great, but it's not the worst.
Oh, you're right, Nick. It's not great.
Might be kind of fashionable too. No, it's the 90s.
90s.
Those rings are already in. Maybe there's kind of like a fashion aspect to it too. Yeah,
that's true.
And try to connect the piece on the top of the head like a little hat. The Lego head popped off in my nose. At this point, I've panicked loudly, and my mom came in.
So now he has the little piece and the head of a Lego, like that little guy, both jammed right up his nose.
Yeah.
So now he's really kind of in trouble.
It feels like the Bruins' negotiations with Swayman is what this feels like. It's like we're breaking off Lego pieces in our nose. We're just jamming.
I don't know. Maybe more Lego. Try more Legos.
Now mom's kind of checking in, like, is everything okay? And you're like, I got it, mom.
I got it.
Yeah, okay.
So she grabs a pair of tweezers, and she, tilts my head back. She fishes out this Lego head.
Case closed, right? Wrong. 26 years later, after decades of breathing issues,
26 years later, he's at, but obviously not case closed.
This Lego could rent a car.
Correct.
It has been up there for a quarter of a century. This thing's been in your nose.
What's wrong with these people? 2 Lego pieces went up your nose. 1 came out. You don't then go about your day. There's another one up there. It's not like, oh, there's 100 up there. We don't know how many came out.
I understand this, man. At a certain point, the shame, you're just like, I'm just going to deal with this.
Just leave it.
Yeah.
So the guy's had
at a certain point,
breathing issues for 26 years.
He's been breathing.
Issues, though.
Breathing.
Not comfortably.
But alive.
Probably out of his mouth.
At a certain
like John Lackey.
At a certain point, yeah, somebody should check. Is there Legos in Lackey's nose?
Maybe that was the problem.
Yeah, that could have been it.
In the 90s.
Yeah. So I at a certain point, the shame is just too great, and you're like, I'm just gonna deal with this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna deal with this problem.
This is my life now.
Yeah, I did this. I'd have to live with it.
26 years later, after decades of breathing issues, a doctor recommended that Andy blow their nose in the shower.
Took him 26 years to land on blow your nose in the shower.
Can I?
If I couldn't breathe. What?
Let me hear that lady say that last part again.
Who doesn't blow their nose in the shower every time they're sick in the shower?
Yeah.
Did that Andy blow their nose in the shower?
In the shower.
Yeah, we could definitely cut this up.
Yeah.
In the shower.
Uh-huh.
I'm listening.
Go on. Yep.
Sorry, what's the story about? So the guy can't breathe out of his nose, and then finally a doctor, a learned person, was like, you try blowing your nose in the shower?
You ever hock a loogie in there? Try a blast.
Clear everything out in the shower.
Yeah.
Everything.
And lo and behold, I blew out a Lego dot that has been in my nose for at least 26 years.
Kind of sounds like it's still in there, but that's neither here nor there.
The text line pointed that out. The man is quite nasally.
Yeah.
But you probably learned to speak a certain way with that thing jammed in there.
Might have other stuff in there, too, at this point, besides the Legos. You got the Legos out, but, who's to say?
Yeah, I'll tell you, the week before that, I stuck a TikTok in the other one, or a Tic Tac in the other one. It's still in there.
And I don't know what to think of this, because I have had multiple breathing issues with asthma and sleep apnea, and I'm shooketh.
There you go. He shooketh.
He should have blew his nose 26 years ago.
Yeah.
What did he say there? Did he say, I don't know what to think of this? Don't you know exactly what to think of it? You remember jamming the Legos in there.
And you didn't think
You didn't realize there was a Lego. You knew there was a Lego in there this whole time.
2 went in, 1 came out, and then you couldn't breathe for 25 years, and then finally somebody was like, you tried blowing your nose in the shower, and then it came right out.
Don't tell me.
The first time you did that?
You don't know what to think of it. You know what to think of it.
Well, I'll tell you what he is.
Shooketh.
All right, there you go. There's the Mad Night today. So, good, happy ending, I guess, to the story.
Anything ever stuck in your nose ever?
Just cocaine. No, nothing. I don't have jammed anything up my nose.
I'll tell you, when I was a kid,
yeah,
didn't like vegetables.
So you stuck them up your nose?
I stuck a pea in my nose. This is true. But we got it out right away.
How'd you get it out?
My mother got it out. I think
like, what are you doing?
I think she was like, did you try blowing your nose? I'm like, right.
Did you with tissue?
Yeah.
Right. You do a tissue. Was like, get rid of it.
It took these people 26 years to suggest the same thing. My mother figured it out in 2 minutes.
I wonder if it go to school for 8 years to figure that out.
Yeah. You think it changed color or anything? Like that is a long time to be up in there.
In the shower.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now you got me back.
Yep.
Now I'm listening.
It's like a hot...
Not
like
bad.
a hot Keefe madness, what that is.
That was more erotic than I thought.
Yeah. Vampire.
Shooketh.
Not quite
Same.
vampire levels.
Same.
But yeah.
Not bad.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Stand by. That individual, can you stand by for a
How
second?
did it get there?
Can that individual stand by for a second?
Yeah,
there,
of
Keith?
course. Yeah.
I think the hockey world is...
Shooketh.
I think they are.
I would imagine.
After hashtag Scoops Keefe. Right again.